Hello everybody and welcome back to Nerdy Miniatures, and in today's video I'll be doing a swamp pit tutorial that I used to create my Armies on Parade board. So want to see how I did it? Then just keep on watching. The last 3 videos on our channel you will find are all on our Armies on Parade board, so if you want to see the complete finished look then please have a look at those. But this video in particular focuses solely on the swamp pits. First and foremost, I begin with a piece of sturdy foam. This was originally going to be used as the cave, but we changed the design to use tinfoil instead. But we're not going to waste it. So, using one of these scraps of foam, I sketched out the shape that I wanted, and then cut off any excess using a safety blade. I then moved on to the inner portion of the pit, scoring cuts into the main body of the foam, and then, using a pair of small pliers, I began to pull pieces of foam out to create a pit. This is to give it a more natural look. In my parade video, I covered the foam at this point with matte varnish, just to prevent the paint from absorbing into the foam too much. At this point I was a little bit short on time, so I didn't do this, but if you were to do this, I would highly recommend you do this. Any form of clear base, Mod Podge I've heard also works quite well. Apply this to the product, and then apply your paints afterwards. For the paint I used the technical paint Sterland Mud, and filled it in and left it to dry. So far, these are all steps that you will have seen in my other videos, but this is the part that was missing, the resin part. Once it was dry, it was time to move on to the 3 layers of resin. Starting off with a green layer, I mixed a thin layer of clear resin into some green acrylic paint and filled in the base, curing it with a UV pen to set it. Once that was cured, I moved on to the muddy layer. I mixed that same green with some dark brown to create a dirty, murky watercolour, and then cured it again. To finish it off, I finished it with some clear resin and cured that. I discovered that if you hold the UV pen over certain areas, it actually created ripples, which, considering the fact this is supposed to be swamp water, it actually worked very, very well, and actually finished the water off to look exactly how I wanted it to look. Now to move on to the foliage and rockery. For this I use UV resin, but I would highly recommend you use PVA glue for this instead. I only did this because this is a quick example, whereas on my actual board I used a mixture of PVA and hot glue to secure the foliage. And that is it. It's really quite simple and super effective. Now this is a very short video in comparison to my other stuff, but as I said, it's just a little quick tutorial to fill in the step that I missed. If you want to see me break down any more specific pieces from the video, or any future content where you want to see me break down how I did it, then please let me know. Down in the description you will find 2 links. The first to Mr. Nerd's channel, so if you enjoy MMOs and action RPGs, then please feel free to have a look at that. And if you enjoy Warhammer lore, which if you're watching this I can assume you probably do, then might recommend looking at my other channel, where I cover stuff like Warhammer lore, Tolkien lore, The Witcher lore, Game of Thrones lore, and much more. So if that sounds like more your cup of tea, then please have a look at that also. Anyway, that'll be it from me today. Have a wonderful day, or night, wherever you are in the world. And as always, bye for now guys.